Hello, Super Summer School teachers. Today you are going to learn how to make digital report cards for all of your summer school students. We are going to be using Google Forms to do this. So it's going to be separated into 4 separate steps. The first step is a Google Form assessment template has been shared with each teacher. There's a separate one created for each grade level. So you will work with your grade level team to create an assessment that matches what your students learned this summer. So right now, if you could check your Gmail or your Google Drive shared folder to make sure that you have full access to this, you are a collaborator, you can edit the form, and you will work with your team to come up with relevant questions pertaining to how your students progress during summer school. So, if you'll pause and go make sure that you have that, that is the first thing we need to complete by Monday, June 25th. So the benefits of doing these digital report cards, it's an assessment tool that we can share with students, parents, and their home campuses to show how students progressed over these couple weeks. And the data is compiled quickly and it communicates what the students learned. If you did some pre-assessment data, you can include that, how they progressed from the pre-assessment to the post-assessment, but make sure you include that all in one form. All right, so here is an example form. A lovely second grade teacher made this form, and she made this into sections. So first section, she included second grade report card, gave a little description. Make sure the first thing you include is the student name, their home campus, and their summer school teacher. Then you can either add a new section or keep going. The way to add a new section is just by clicking right here, Add Section, and that will create a new section. And you can title your sections, of course. So the next thing that we want to do is edit our document so that way the questions match what we learned. So to edit anything, you can just click on the question. To add a new question, you click Add Question. You can choose whether you want it to be a short answer, paragraph, multiple choice, checkboxes, drop down, upload a file, grid, checkboxes, all kinds of different options here. Required, it would be good to make them required so you can't skip over them unless it pertains to one teacher and not the other. Then you may not want to have that required. If you don't, you can always delete a question. Here's if you want to duplicate it and then just change it up a little bit. So for each question, you will see that you can add, if you choose multiple choice, you can add as many options as you want. You just keep clicking Add Options, and you can add as many questions as you want. It's good, like I said, to break it into sections. So this would be her literacy section, and then down here she has her math section. So you will use your template and change it as much or as little as you need to. Your summer school principal would like you to have your form completed by the end of Monday, June 25th. That way you can take the rest of the week, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, to fill out the Google Form assessments about each one of your students, essentially creating their digital report cards. So in order to take your assessment, and then you can come up here and you can preview what it'll look like. This is what it'll look like when you fill it out as their teacher filling out their report card. Then if you click the pencil, you're back in edit mode. So after Monday, we don't want to go back to edit mode. We want to actually be in filling out the forms. So we will be clicking send. We will be getting the link, and you can shorten URL, to copy, and this is how we will do view mode instead of edit mode. So this is how you'll be filling out the forms. So for each student, you will fill out all of the questions, and I'm just going to fill in, okay, this one must be a number 5. All right, so you'll go through, fill out each one about each student. I'll show you this as an example. And then math section, example 3. Okay, then you will submit the form. You'll do this for each student. You can always go back and edit your response and see previous responses. So, to fill out the form about another student, you would just go back to that form and start filling it out about the next student. It is set to so that way you can fill out the form as many times as you want because you have multiple students. So it's not set to where you can fill it out only once. So you fill it out about all of your students, and that will be done by Thursday, June 28th. Then on Friday, June 29th, we will generate individual student report cards and print hard copies for each student so they can take it home and share with their parents. So in order to do that, we will be going back into our edit mode. We'll be going to responses. You'll see all of your students' name and their responses. It'll create graphs for you. And then you will be clicking on individual in order to get each individual report card. I only have one of one, but you will see one of how many ever students you have. So for each student, you will hit the print response button and you will be printing out their digital report card. It will look like this. Now, if you are the kind of person that wants to copy and paste everything onto a Google Doc and make it format it differently, make it look different and hand them out to the kids, that's totally fine. It's up to you, but this will do just fine for their report cards. Then, so you'll do that for each student. Then we will be going to our last step will show you how all of this data will be compiled and sent out to home campuses. So once all of your digital report cards have been filled out, then the principals are going to export all the data, and you can do this too. And it's going to bring all your data into a Google Sheet, and you can separate by field and share with the home campuses, with the schools. So in order to do that, it's very simple. It's just one click of a button. You're going to come over to responses and you can click right here, view responses in Google Sheets, and it is going to create a spreadsheet of all of the responses. And if you scroll over, you can see all of the answers and responses. And a nice feature is that you can right click on any field and you can sort by that field. So if I want to sort by campus, that puts all of that school in at the top, and then this school, and so you would be able to copy and paste and send this data to a school so they know how their students did in summer school. Another way to collect that data is by downloading the responses in a comma-separated value spreadsheet, so just an Excel spreadsheet instead of Google Sheet. If you want it downloaded to your computer, it creates that file, and then separate it and send it off. So it's just a way of having all of those, all of that data compiled in one place, and it's digital, and you have your hard copy to give out as well. So, if you have any questions at all, please feel free to email Jill Cassette at hayscisd.net. Good luck with everything, and happy summer.